Ahoy there, YouTube? Maybe? Oh, I think this is it. Ahoy there, YouTube. I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique. We're taking a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In this case, 1:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I already started on the video. Spoilers, I already know so much, but I'll pretend like I didn't. We're taking a look at the 35th most popular project on all Kickstarter right now. And as I mentioned, but you didn't see, Kickstarter is really booming right now. There was like 10 projects I legitimately had up, because I'll just get like this big windowed tab where it's just Kickstarter Game Founder Backer Kit, and I'll just ones that interest me, like this one and a whole. I had like 10 up there, so tons of stuff popping on Kickstarter right now. But right now, I want to check out Etherium, dive into Ethereum's unique world with a 3D board and strategic gameplay, program reactions, and ... So I like what they tried to do. However, I feel like they're wasting a huge chunk of their space right here. I don't need to see your logo. I don't need to see your backwards E. I don't need to see the fact you're live now on Kickstarter. I know how Kickstarter works. I'd much rather have you zoom in on what's unique about this game, which is obviously going to be this 3D system they have going here. And I'm excited to see how they're doing their 3D system, because from a glance, it looks like there's going to be 4 boxes inside the game, and each player's going to have their own little player area with boxes. So very excited to see this one. That being said, I'd love to know the player length, the time count, the age. I'm assuming it's 1 to 4 players, but I don't know. I shouldn't assume that. It's probably 2 to 4 players. But maybe it's more. Who knows? As always, though, when we go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. And yeah, look at this. I want to see this zoomed in on. I want to see more of this, how these boxes stack together.
Welcome to Etherium, a world like no other. Shaped by the cosmic dance of moons,
it's another space game,
teeming with the most coveted resource,
Got
ether. It. But beware, as the balance of power is about to shift. Asymmetrical nations clash.
Love mentioning the asymmetry.
For control.
Not so much the fact we're just focusing on artwork here.
Universe where destinies intertwine with the ether.
Like, you're not even telling me how these people are, like, asymmetric. You drop that they're asymmetric, but the first 30 seconds, it's like, okay, it's a space game, and you got asymmetric characters. That's what I know. And there's 3D, but I already knew that. There we go. So how does it work? So it looks like we got boxes with little cuts in them that you're going to be placing on top of each other. That's really interesting. And then the meeples. You got custom meeples, then just little tokens to represent the height on there. Cool. I'm curious how these are going to be assembled. Is it cardboard? Is it card where you pop out the tokens and you assemble them, I wonder? Because those are very hit or miss. I actually just popped out one yesterday, which had really shoddy token sheet. And it was ripping immediately. I was like, oh, so this is hit or miss. I'm interested to see how they're doing. All right. So there's the one. So this is the really cool component. So it's not like its own box. It looks like it's a box lid and then a foldable player board, dual-layered player board. This is a really interesting component right there.
Diverse strategies pave the path to victory.
Oh, thank you, C. Goody.
Each
2 to 4 with a 1-player add-on.
Level matters. Navigate uphill cautiously for
Art.
strategic advantage, or descend swiftly to seize opportunities. It's a game of wits and tactics.
Oh, that's all the meeple. That's not a meeple on top of that. That's an interesting. That's a really interesting piece of wood right there.
Of wits and tactics. To rule Etherium, plan ahead. Exploit your tribe's strength to collect ether and outmaneuver opponents.
Now, are these dual inlaid too? Are you gonna put cards up there? Was that what they're showing me?
Adaptability and foresight will lead you to dominance.
Okay.
But be wary. Conflicts are inevitable, and Ethereum's unpredictable seasons challenge even the most seasoned players. Immerse yourself in the intricate terrains of Etherium. A tangible universe brought to life through stunning voxel art by Christopher Tritz. In Etherium, assume the roles of unique people vying for supremacy. Adapt or be...
Oh, it's 1 to 6 players. Jiminy Christmas. Now I hate that main image even more. You gotta mention it's 1 to 6 players. Mic is a little hot. Oh, man. Let me blow on it. No, you gotta mention 1 to 6 players. I scooted it back a little bit. Thank you for the heads up. Lance of the Undead Vikings right here. That's awesome. 1 to 6 players, 60 minutes. I would put this on there in the marquee, 100%. Like, no doubt about it. Because 1 player is going to attract a specific group of clientele, and going up to 6 player is going to attract a whole separate group of clientele. So I would mention that from the jump, because once again, looking at the main image, I feel like we're wasting a third of our image on our the logo of our box,
The
which
unique people
whatever.
vying for supremacy, adapt or be left behind. Ethereum, a game of strategy, power, and boundless possibilities. Are you ready to conquer a new planet?
Okay, it looks fun. There's definitely subjective regarding one player. I know Forest is moved by one player, but I'm playing solo. I'm going electric, steam, or otherwise. I honestly, I personally prefer to play video games, but I know how much one player moves the needle, and I know how many times I've gone through the comment section. People are like, hey, can we get the one player? What's the one player? Is there one player variant coming? Can we get the one player? People just expect it at this point. So yeah, I mentioned that. I'm actually much more excited about the 5 and 6 player possibilities. The problem is the list solo mode is an add-on, but it's not available yet. And I wonder if that's because they're not blowing through these funding goals as they had hoped. Because after the video, do I want it? Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. It looks very mechanical. Like, it doesn't look like, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel the theme of these 6. Like, you didn't even spotlight the asymmetric races that well, which I feel like would have been a great thing to do there. Like, you showed me the artwork of the 6 races like 3 or 4 times. Like, hey, cool, artwork. What do they do? How is this guy different than this lady? That's what I want to know as a gamer. All right, so 13 days left to go. They did a relatively short campaign. Looks like 15 days. They are trending towards funding. Awesome. This is their first created zero back. Okay. Way to make it look like you're just here for cash. One thing I would always... Why is that crap? Crapod Celeste. Because it's a French word. Got it. I would always recommend backing a bunch of stuff for $1. It just makes you look like more of a member of the community. I actually just saw a Facebook board game. I'm in a whole bunch of Facebook board game groups, and someone was like, what do you think about this? And they're like, it always makes me, and there's people that this matters to. And here's what I say. Most people it doesn't matter to, but if you just have to go out and back 35 things for $1, and if you don't want to spend $35, go back 35 things that are for $1 that are going to fail, then all of a sudden you look like more of a member of the community. It's, less additions to Crapad Celeste has back 35 things. They're a super member of the community, whereas now it's like, hey, give us money. Give us money. So can you do it? I don't know. It seems ambitious from the scope of components, which is always interesting. A game by François Bourdois, art by Christy Tres, cool. Experience victory in a 3D realm of strategy and ether. Dive into the Ethereum's world with a 3D board and deep strategic gameplay. Got it. French page, awesome, first time on Kickstarter. And I'm going to make a bold proclamation here. I got both. I got both on here. Apparently I just need to turn it down. I got a windsock and a thing, I think. I think that's what these are. Let's see. Let me get on here. I'm going to make a bold proclamation that this is actually going to be one of the rare ones where the United States of America is not the number one, and it's going to be France, because France always crushes. For 2 to 6 players with the expansion, so you have to get the expansion. Okay, so I now know that I don't want this. I actually want the one that goes up to 6 players, which is why I always think it's good to mention if you have that expansion that's going to be bundled in with the base game, or you're going to be buying with the base game right from the jump, because that is just that's Kickstarter standard now, people. Like, it's crazy for me to say, but Kickstarter standard is not that you launch your game. Kickstarter standard is that you launch your game with an expansion. And I know I say standard, and you're like, really, is it standard? 51%? Do I think 51% of games that launch on Kickstarter and get funded have a base game and expansion? That's an interesting question. I think maybe. I think, yeah. Even if it's just like a deluxeification or something like that, yeah, I think most of them do. I know where I work at Hero Time Manufacturing, that's something we're trying to push. Like, oh yeah, get those extra SKUs, Well, and for the Kickstarter companies, it makes a lot of sense too. Strategic Depth, unleash your tactical prowess with Ethereum's asymmetric tribes, blending action programming, resource management for a smooth blah, blah, blah. I still don't feel like I know that much about the asymmetry yet. I feel like we really need to focus on that soon. Fight your way to victory. Isn't just about managing resources. It's a world pulsating with intricacies and decisions. Roll the dice. I saw it. Immersive and innovative 3D board. So these are going to be pre-constructed boxes. I'm very curious how this is going to work. I feel like we're talking way too much here. I think we just need to get to the price. Just hit me with it. I know it's going to be high. Proven game experience. Ethereum isn't a newcomer to the scene. It's been a star at festivals, board game gatherings, and cons, captivating players and sparking discussion. Countless gamers have shared their experiences. Now it's your turn to dive in. Why don't you tell me about what some of those countless gamers have said, or some of the pictures of where you took it to, or awards that you won at these places that you went to. So 3D boards, 17 terrains, pre-assembled boxes. Great, they're pre-assembled. That's honestly one of the concerns that I had. Big one. Okay, 4 dice, 47 tokens, 33 victory, and 14 ability, 100 resource cubes, 2 storage boxes. That's interesting the way they put that. 44 flashcards, 13 season cards, 1 rule booklet. So, the 2 storage boxes are inside of the box, or is that the box? Then inside for each player, you get a tribe box, 6 level bases. Cool. What's in the expansion? 2 new factions, and the rule booklet. I would love to know the rough dimensions of this box. How big is this box going to be? Is this like a Uwe Rosenberg style, like thick, really thick box? Deep, I guess would be the words. New gameplay, Indigenous Tribes, 6. So yeah, this is a banger. Everyone's going to want the expansion. It adds Indigenous Tribes. So yeah, 100%. So all pledges are available in English or French. So 74 euros. I'd convert the currencies. I mean, come on. It just feels lazy if you don't. And I would say the same thing if you're using US dollars and not converting the currencies too. And I know they fluctuate, but they don't fluctuate that much. And the reason I say that is because there's tons of other companies that do exactly this, where they put both of them on there. So let's check. Is it going to be France? I'm going to guess, yeah, boom, France crushing the United States. Which, once again, that's great that you're getting France, but that also tells me you're not really convincing the primary audience that backs Kickstarter projects. Which, like I said, 9 times out of 10, the most popular country with a bullet is the United States of America. So your marketing in the U.S. definitely needs to step it up. Kickstarter literally does the conversions for you on the pledge page, so if it being viable is an excuse. Oh yeah, it does. It does right there. Once again, if you're on iOS or mobile, you don't see this spot though. But for everybody else, oh, they did. Oh, it is here. I see it. It's tiny. Take backsies. Take backsies. They just wanted to make it as tiny as possible. Cool. So yeah, why make it so small? That's odd. But it's there. Cool. $80. Whew. That price does not seem good. We haven't even got to the shipping. That price seems bad. Especially considering, I imagine the shipping's going to bump this up to $100. Because once again, that's not the pledge level I even want. That's not the pledge level most people are going to take, most likely. And as you can see by the 7 here, it's not. The core box. Oh no, that is the big one. Okay, so the core box, cool. Never mind. Take backsies. So $65, much more reasonable, and then $85 for the expansion. That's a great price. Oh man, I'd mention that price right from the jump. I would have $80. I'd have $80 listed on there the first 2 days, then I'd bump it up to $85. That's fine. Because here's the thing: when I see $85, I need a couple things to convince me. I need one of a couple things, and you got one of them. Unique components. You have unique components. In a world of Kickstarter where you're the 35th most popular game, there's tons of other games with unique components, you still have unique components with those box systems. So yeah, I wouldn't beat around the bush. I'd get to that price way earlier. Alright, so funding goal. So if we get funded, then we can afford the solo mode. This is so weird. That's just such an odd... I feel like that's a terrible idea. So here's the thing. The being volatile is not an excuse. And yes, I see so many people use that. And it's like, no, there's so many companies that don't do that. Also, look how tiny this is. Like, why is that approximately $11, but why make it so tiny? But here's my issue with this. If we hit funding goal, then we unlock a solo mode as an add-on. But the bottom line is, if you don't hit your funding goal, then it doesn't matter. None of this is going to be unlocked. So why would you hide it behind this? Either you're going to get funded or you're not going to get funded. That's just so perplexing to me, and I can't say that I think I've seen anyone else do this, and I think there's a good reason why, is because it doesn't make a dang link of sense. Dang link of sense. On my end, that's just so weird. I feel like that's such a poor choice, a poor and odd choice. Season objectives. We get 100 shares, then we can unlock add-ons. What's that? What's cool? What's that mean? What's that do? Why am I excited? I can click on it. That's nice. Takes me to a Facebook. Why does it take me here? I don't. That's such an odd. Why are you taking me there? The season's objective we unlocked to this Facebook. Oh, that's why the Facebook reaches 100 shares. That's why I share, bro. You're asking for a share? That's a lot. Oh, thanks. 4 new capacity tokens, new storage to vary your strategy, get the upper hand on your opponents. 4 new capacity tokens. What are capacity tokens again? See, this is why a picture of them would be nice, because I want to be excited for what you're giving me. But I don't... Are these... What are capacity tokens? Resource cubes. These 33 victory and... So I guess they're these. I don't know what they do. I don't know why I'm excited. I think a little sentence would be nice here. I think social goals can be a very good thing. I think they're hit or miss. I know a lot of people hate them, but at the same time, if you hate them, you're probably not the target market for them. Strategic planning, program reaction. So I just want a gameplay video. Throw me that one preview. Is this an overview? That's a preview. Fine.
Hey, it's Chris.
So this is impressions. So they played it. Cool. More reviewing, but they don't want to put review because, you know, people will burn you at the stake if you have a Kickstarter review. They will. Take it from a guy who's done Kickstarter reviews. Download the rule booklet. Most of them are previews, but I do reviews. So we got 16 pages. Cool. Check that in a second. Theory of a one-of-a-kind planet. Was any of these... None of these were gameplay. So that's disappointing. Yeah, that's disappointing and inexcusable, to be honest with you. Like, you have it in content creators' hands, and you don't have a gameplay video? Or maybe it's further down. If it's further down, why is it further down? So now I'm annoyed. Is there a... I think there's already a game called Etherium, too. I think there's a dry Euro game with green cubes that I played oh so long ago, but I could be wrong. Okay, no, there's not. That's some other different Euro game. Okay. Yeah, is there a gameplay video? Overview. Me. There is not... Oh, there's one. There's one, and they didn't put it on the page. Like, I get it's in French, which... but you're a French company, so that's weird. Why you wouldn't put the gameplay video on there, and why you only have one. So that's unfortunate. I mean, rule booklet's nice. Okay, so now we're going into the asymmetry. Cool. Complexity 1 out of 6. The tribe excels at managing die rolls and optimizing player resource abilities. Yeah, this is what I think what's missing here. Here are these 6 asymmetric tribes. They're going to want to play different. And I don't feel like I'm going to want to play every single one of them at least once. You know, because if I feel like that way, I'm like, all right, I'm going to play this game bare minimum 6 times. Or in my mind, I am. So I don't feel like we spotlighted that very well. We'll use game found to manage pledges. So am I in zone 1? Not in zone 1. Where am I? Zone 5. Jiminy Christmas. That's terrible. Said $100. Yeah, it's 106. That's really, really bad pricing. And I feel like this is a prime example of why you gotta rub America's tummy a little bit more. You can try and make your game without really acquiescing, but it's going to be a lot harder, especially if you're asking for $30,000. Because I can't see this one gaining too much buzz when a huge chunk of people is like $106. No gameplay video that I can actually watch unless I know how to speak French. First time, is it first time everything? Is it first time designers? Or is it just first time publishers? Because maybe we should have spotlighted the designer a little bit better. No. Totem Mix, is this out? It's out. It's a thing. Okay. Okay. Meet the designer. Launch boom. Socials things. Stuff with the stuff, guys. Okay. FAQ updates. Give this one a grade. We're going to select the language. Well, if they're available in any other languages, whatever they fit inside the core box. Ooh, that's great to know. Can I try it before? Yes, you can play it on Tabletop Simulator. Why is this here? Why is this not in the campaign? This is a big deal. This is to do. I don't know how many people, but to people. Like, there's so many little things that are big deals to some people. Like the 1 players, the 6 players, the Tabletop Simulators. There's so many things that could have been spotlighted, I feel like, better. And they're not. Which is unfortunate. Alright, we did it. We're thrilled to present Zephyrius to officially kick it off. Yeah, updates. Yes, but too many. First off, we want to ensure that we only reach out when there's something truly exciting to talk about. Here's all the stuff. Do it in French. Cool. No comments. That's not great. Was this just... When was this? So this was 2 days ago. That's really interesting. I wonder if they have a Discord server. Okay, because I'm really shocked that they have that many people from France who are supporting this project, which is great. Now, that doesn't shock me. France always comes in big. I give so much love to France all the time. France, you kick ass. Like, you represent your game designers better than any other country in the world. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it right now because I get to see the community tab every single day. France, you kick ass. With that being said, these are rookie numbers. 0 comments? Nobody had anything to say, and maybe that's because you didn't give us room to talk? Did you ask a question? You threw a lot of text at us. Why Ethereum? Ethereum is not just a project, it's a vision fueled by passion, innovation, the collective power of our amazing community. Oh, that sounds so much like old white guy trying to sell a Kickstarter. And I'm an old white guy. Getting there, 37. So, you know, I'm not, it's just, that's what it sounds like. Hey, kids! This one's got passion, innovation, and this amazing community, which I've never backed any of you, with my 0 created, 0 backed. And all of a sudden, this rings a little more hollow when I see you haven't backed anything else before. And I know somebody say, oh, it's because it's a company account. Who the hell cares? Like, are you going to look at the next AEG project and be like, oh, AEG's backed 60 things. I'm not backing this. Well, that doesn't make a damn lick of sense. Comments, check it out. French. Hello, everyone. And there was no tone meant to be there. It's just I can't read it, and I'm disappointed because I would love to read Sebastian's. You know what? I will read Sebastian thanks to the glorious power of the internet. Oh, crap. Google Translate. All right, here we go. Boom. Only the first 500 characters. I very rarely go through Kickstarter, but now I want to help because I like the project so much. Box design. So Solo is developed, which will surely be the case. You'll have to try not to rush it because a lot of players swear by it now. Yeah, and I know that solo programming games are really not easy to do. The management of Autonomous seems essential to me with a different way depending on the... Okay, cool. So this is someone who's excited for the games and they're getting into the weeds. That's the kind of person that you should be asking a question for in the updates. Getting them engaged. I clicked on the button because I believe in the publisher. It's a very beautiful project. It's clear that it's always a bit difficult to get started when you see a first-time publisher. Nevertheless, my experience with editions Du Crap on Celestia has been pretty good. A first project, Totemix, which came out of the French, that was the one we were looking at, BGG, by a meeting with a designer, a serious, motivated person. Good luck with the campaign. For those of you who get back the game, go ahead and help us small. The thing, stuff, cool. I like the person. Give them some love. Teetering on keeping my pledge or not. 31 shipping to the USA is crazy. I thought it was 26. Either one is crazy. Are there plans for a retail release? Can anyone be done to lower that cost or other quotes? And there's the other thing, too. And now I'm annoyed because I've actually started to really think about it and think about one of my cardinal rules of the shipping section. And this is not a difficult rule. If you have 2 pledge levels in your shipping section, this is going to rock your world. You should have 2 prices here. It should see $26 for the big pledge, $20 for this little pledge or whatever it is. And it's not, which is annoying because I know that this is going to cost you more to ship most likely because it has 2 extra boxes. Now, here's my question. Are these 2 extra boxes going to come in that box? Essentially, are they making 2 separate games? Do they have a 500 print run of the core game and a 500 print run of the big game, which would be totally feasible? And I actually am working with some customers right now. He's like, I'm only committing to 20 of the deluxe edition. I was like, dude, do you get on Kickstarter? Like, that's not how this works. It's not a special thing. It's what most people are probably going to back on your project, so you should prepare as such. I mean, so if this was your idea, I would have went 500 on it at a bare minimum. So I'm curious to know how they did that and how that's going to work. And if this box, I don't even know. I have so many questions for this company. I would love to take a look at their manufacturing quote. All right, final grade for Ethereum. Do I want it? Yeah, I kind of do. I like the idea of the 3D stuff. Honestly, the theme didn't look like it came across that strong, and you have to do your own research to really get the most of the asymmetry here. I didn't feel like after the video or after browsing that much, like I really felt the difference between them. And you know, the game looks fun. The game looks fun. But it's $100. $100 fun? That's a different story. Can you do it? First time game designers-ish. They did another one, Totemix. That one's out. High memory usage detected. Whoa, gotta chill out. Can you do it? I have a lot of questions. I'll give that one a very tepid fine. And the reason why is they're asking for $32,000. That's the you know what? I'll give it a check mark. Because if they have $32,000, they can get this done. No problem. Guaranteed. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Especially if they're charging $26 to get shipping to the United States of America, which is a terrible price. And then we get to the how much is it, and it's not good. I do love the fact that they converted the currency, though, in the shipping zone. So huge ups to them. Is that even Canadian dollars? Be still my beating heart. I don't know if it is, but I love the fact they converted the currencies there for a split second. So, yeah, the price seems bad. It doesn't seem like a great price with the shipping. So, final grade, do I want it? Yeah, kind of. Can you do it? Yeah, kind of. And then how much is it? Yeah, not really. It's not great. So, I think I'm like around a C. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff here. C+. I think I'm a C+. It's got a rule booklet. No gameplay. That's really annoying. Like, that just seems like something that you should know you would need. Like, oh, people want to see how to play the game? It's nuts. So you got the rule booklet, too. Did you waste your back page? That's very telling. It's very telling to me. You did not. Look at that back page. Love it. Iconography, that's a hot back page. All right, we're going to go with a C+. It was teetering C to C+. Back page of this rule booklet. And look at this. This is nice. I want to read this. I want to see all these different asymmetric tribes. Shamans of Ertis. This tribe excels at managing dice rolls and gathering the strings focused on creating ether and developing defense. This is very nice. You know what? C+. Let me know in the comments below. It's your final grade for Etherium. And apologies for the technical issues at the beginning. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.